Hey guys, how are you? Get a little bit more light in here. So I'm back in the city. I didn't go back to the shelter yet. I'm just kind of just hanging out, taking my makeup off from working today. I just had some light powder makeup on my face, so I'm just kind of sitting back. I don't want to go to the shelter yet because I have until 5 of 9 to get into the shelter because they lock the doors. So everybody has to be in by a certain time, and if I was getting off work late, I would have to ring the doorbell to the shelter to get in. That's what I had to do last night. And it was raining last night. What I learned about the shelters is don't nobody give a damn about you. The staff members there are like, it's a lot of negative stuff going on there. Like there's negative stuff at the job. But I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. Well, I am going to keep my mouth shut. I'm not trying. I'm shutting up. I'm doing what I need to do. The good thing about me is I do work a job. A lot of those people that live there, a lot of the women, I think I'm the only one there that works. And there's probably about 8 girls there right now. So every night we sleep in the same area, me and these other women that are homeless as well. And it's like a dormitory. It's like a dorm type thing. It's women. It's all women on one floor, one big giant room, and there's like a whole bunch of bunk beds in it. So do I like it? No. But that just gets more drive for me to try to make a move, find a place, find a second job. And I'm so worried about the second job because if I get the second job, I have to make the second job coincide with the job that I already have now, and that's going to be very hard. Because whatever job I get is going to be kind of like customer service, retail based. Unless I get me a nighttime like stocking job, like an overnight stock. I could probably make it work. But I just need the extra money so I can get the heck back on my own again. It's hard, y'all. But I'm doing it. I'm exhausted right now. I'm taking off the makeup off my face. So I braided my hair today. So tomorrow when I get ready for work, all I gotta do is, take it out and unbraid it and put some gel in the front, sweep it down. But I'm so exhausted, as y'all can tell. So in the shelter, you can't do what you want to do. It's just like when you live in someone else's house. You have to come in by a certain time. If you work, you have a little bit more freedom than the rest. The only thing I do is work and come back to the shelter. I only come back to the shelter to go to sleep. The girls that are in there, it's like very shocking that most of the women that are in the shelter are all over 40 years old. Like a lot of them in there right now are older than me. Like those women that's in there right now are like over 50. There's like probably one girl in there, she could be in her 30s, but she's probably younger than me. So it's me and her that probably the youngest. All those other women in there are over 50. So I'm thinking like in my head, like, how did y'all get here? But then I think of my situation, and they probably thinking the same thing about me. Like, what happened to you? How did you get in this situation? Most of us have been evicted due to our own actions, or some of them people probably came from jail. They place a lot of people that come out of prison that don't have nowhere to go in shelters. So it's just a whole... I try not to interact with the women too much. I don't try to sit and talk too much about my situation. I don't... we're all on different paths, and yes, we all could communicate and help one another, but I'm the only one in there that's working. I guess everybody else is collecting benefits every month, which I don't look down on people, but I don't want to be in my 50s and be in a homeless shelter and just trying to restart your life again. Trying to restart your life again is so hard, especially as you get older. And I just try to say, some of the women are in there, they got like health benefits. You could tell that they have like schizophrenia or bipolar, because some of them be in there talking to themselves. So I just try to be respectful, mind my business. I get up every day and go to work. I be out of Dodge. So one of the other girls in there that's younger, she's actually I think she's probably in her 30s, but she was telling me, she was like, girl, I stay out of here. I don't stay here all day. She was like, I have to get out. I don't see how those other 3 women, they just stay in there all day. And when you stay there all day, you can't stay there all day and flop in your room and lay around in bed and just whatever. You have to stay in something called a day room. And the day room has nothing in it except for a television with some old DVD players that you can watch, like literally all day. So I'll be looking at these women like, I could tell they probably collect Social Security because they come up to they go to the office at a certain time and they get medication. So I'm like, I wonder what y'all story is. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to work at group homes and I used to have clients that kind of similar to the women I see. Because one of the chicks talked to herself. You could tell kind of something's going on there with them. But I don't know. I don't know how they got in this situation. I really don't ask them because it's really not my business. Like if someone wanted to say what their story was, I would listen because I'm a listener and I want to know what I would like to know. But I'm not going to ask because, you know, I pretty much mind my business. So we have to be in the shelter by 8:45, like 9, like 5 minutes before 10, I think. Or is it 9:05? I think we got to be in it like 9:05. They say they're going to shut the gate. They're going to lock the gate. So if they lock the gate, you can't really get back in. And you're supposed to be in at curfew. So if you're not in at curfew, you can get in trouble. So there's just a lot to the shelter. I want to continue to go on this series and just let y'all know about it. I have videos that I have on my phone that I have not rendered yet. So I want to try to keep my videos in line so I don't start talking and making a whole bunch of videos. And I don't remember what the videos are about because I don't feel like listening to them again. But watch some of my longer form videos. If you guys have any questions, you have to watch my long form videos. That's where most of the questions are going to be, in the long form 10-15 minute videos. I'm trying to make this one 15 minutes, but I'm just kind of parked on the side of the city street, and I'm going to be headed back in a little bit to the homeless shelter. But you know, they feed us, they shelter us. I have a place that I can lay my head every night that's fairly safe. But sometimes I notice with the women that's in the room, it was one lady, white lady, she kept getting up in the middle of the night, going back and forth to the bathroom. So I'm like, sis, what you doing, drugs? Like, I hope not. I would to hope not. You're not doing the big D word. But she was kind of pissing me off. She was over 50. But I think my first night there, I smelled that she had alcohol in her breath. And I'm just like, if I can smell the alcohol, I know y'all can. Y'all as staff, y'all can't smell this alcohol in this lady. But I think this lady, she on her way out the door. Because she's just one of those people that, I don't know how long she even been there, but I try not to get cool with the girls like that. I'm not your friend. I don't want to be your friend. I'm not going to be sitting here talking about my testimony, what happened to me. I think I did say something like, you know, I'm trying to get a place. I asked her how long she was here, and I said, what did they help you with? She said the most you could stay there is probably like 6 months. But she was like, don't say nothing about that. Like, don't tell nobody, because they don't want you to know that you can stay there for 6 months. They want you to think that your stay is very, very temporary, because they don't want you to get comfortable. And how I know they don't want you to get comfortable is because all the chairs are hard, just seated chairs. It's chairs that you can just sit on. There's no sofas. There's no couches or anything, because they don't want you to get comfortable. And I get it. A shelter is not a place that you get comfortable at. It's not your home. I get what they're trying to put out and portray, because a place like a shelter, if you just let people do what they want, it would become like a flop house. People be there doing all kind of stuff. So I understand why they complain and say that the staff is really strict, and they can be really strict. But I stay out their face. I don't be in their face like I'm their friend. I don't try to hold too many conversations. The only thing I say to those staff members, if I have a question about something about me, that's when I say it to them. But other than that, I don't sit over there and kiss their butt. For what? What they gonna do for me? Nothing. I'm the one that gotta make the money so that I can get out of there and get my daughter. So I don't be sitting around here trying to kiss no staffs behind. As long as I'm doing right for myself, I'm not doing nothing I ain't supposed to not do. All I do is go to work and I come back to the shelter, and that's it. I was in this shelter like 6 years ago with my kids. I think we stayed in there for like 7 months. I ended up getting a place. So I've been homeless twice. And being homeless is not like, even though Donald Trump is trying to make it illegal to be homeless, thank God that I got off the street. I didn't mind sleeping in my car, but some nights it's very dangerous. And some nights it can be hot in my car. And I'm kind of happy to get out of the car, to be honest. It's starting to cool off out here. It's getting cooler at night. It was time for me to come up off the road, because the places that I was staying, I was just starting to feel uneasy about them. I was starting to feel like somebody gonna be knocking on my door in the middle of the night. I mean, I was in good places that really the cops don't even like at nighttime, the police, they just, you know, unless they're going on calls, they have to, the town that they have to watch the town, right? They're supposed to be out here watching over the town. If something look fishy, they're gonna come and knock on the window. So I was starting to feel a little bit uneasy about the locations that I was staying in, because I felt like eventually I'm gonna get these knocks. And now they say Donald Trump is making homelessness illegal. So they're tightening up out here. They're finding out that people are living in their cars, but what can you do if rent is so high people can't afford it? You can't force someone to pay $3,000 rent that they can't afford to pay. You can't force someone to pay a bill that they can't afford to pay for. I don't understand how the world is just so backwards and cruel. It's like they take care of people that's probably in prison and jail for committing crimes better than they treat a person out here in the world that's trying to make a way. It's so sad. It's so sad, the stuff that's going on out here today. But thank God that I'm still kicking, I'm still standing, I'm still fighting the good fight. Thank God that I pray and I have faith, and I'm a believer in Christ that I'm not going to be like this forever. I remember in the beginning of my phase of all this stuff, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was in the worst time of my life. My body was in pain because I was hurt by so many things. I never even told y'all half the story of the pain that I went through with my teenagers, the war that I had with my own kids. And I know it's going to happen. Something's going to fall into my lap. Something is going to come my way, because I continue to pray to God, and I ask God to keep holding me, keep continuing to have your hands wrapped around me, keep my faith strong, because I'm going to make it. I'm almost there. It's been almost 2 years this January that I've been homeless. So I'm going to be okay. And if that's you, you're going to be okay too. I know I look a hot mess, but I don't care. I don't really care how I look when I come on these platforms and talk. I just talk because I'm a talker. So, but I'm going to head back because it's starting to get dark out here. And being around a homeless shelter, it's not for the faint of heart, because it's very sketchy. There's a lot of drug activity going on. So I'm trying to get in there before it get dark. So let me head back, but I want to change my clothes first. I'm gonna change my clothes inside the car. So I will talk to you guys later. Sometimes I can't make a video every single day, but I'm gonna try. Sometimes I'm just too tired to even upload a video or put the description. So maybe this video, I'll put this out tomorrow. And I do have a video for today, so I'm gonna put that out too. But I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.